This is the unboxing and feature video as part of my review series for the BlackVue DR750X-3CH Plus Dash Camera. If you're a rideshare driver, delivery service driver, or a parent of a young driver of a vehicle, you may want to consider getting a 3-channel offering which includes an interior camera that records what goes on inside the vehicle. In this product offering, they include a 720p 30 frames per second capable interior camera that records day or night. It has infrared LEDs to illuminate the inside of the passenger compartment so it can record at night. Pittasoft did supply this dash camera free of charge to me for the review, but I'm allowed to say anything I find good or bad, and I am allowed to keep the camera after the review. So let's check out what's in the box and what the features are of the DR750X 3-channel Plus dash camera. Both the 2-channel and 3-channel versions of the DR750X Plus dash cameras include the same basic feature set, such as 256GB microSD card support, connectivity to the BlackVue cloud for push notifications, and uploading live event videos to the cloud, as well as being able to take advantage of the live view feature, which allows you to see what's going on inside the vehicle, either through an iOS app, Android app, or the BlackVue cloud website. You have the ability to hardwire the dash camera using the included 3-wire hardwiring harness to take advantage of the native parking mode, where it will monitor the battery voltage coming into the camera and cut it off when it goes below the pre-selected threshold. Or you can use the parking mode cutoff timer to turn off the dash camera after a certain amount of runtime in parking mode. The parking mode recording types it support are motion-based parking mode and time-lapse video. And in either configuration with parking mode, the camera will support impact detection logic based on the G-sensor sensitivity settings you define in the firmware settings of the camera. And if you have the connectivity to the BlackVue cloud, you can get push notifications and upload those videos to the cloud so you can see them shortly after they occur. Of course, the main difference between the 2-channel and 3-channel offering is the inclusion of the 720p 30 frames per second interior camera, which is an infrared capable camera to allow you to record day or night inside the interior vehicle. Here are the cameras provided in the 3-channel version of the product. Of course, the main difference being the interior camera that's provided with the 3-channel. The front and rear cameras use the same image sensor and processor and everything between the 2-channel and 3-channel. But be aware that the 3-channel does have a separate firmware release from the 2 channels, so make sure you don't load one versus the other if you do a manual upload of firmware to the camera. And the front and rear are using the same Sony Starbus IMX327 image sensor. The rear records at 1080p full high definition 30 frames per second, but the front does record at 1080p full high definition at 60 frames per second. And then of course we have the interior camera that records at 720p high definition at 30 frames per second. To account for the fact that this additional interior camera is present, the bit rate of the video recorded by the front camera has been reduced by about 1/3 to allow for the extra bit rate being provided from the interior camera. So be aware that the 2-channel does record the front video at a higher bit rate than the 3-channel version of the product. Digging a little deeper in the box, we have the BlackVue DR750X 3-channel Plus Quick Start Guide. Here are the additional accessories provided with the product, but let's take them out of their plastic bags. Here are all those accessories removed from the plastic bags. In the center are the typical accessories supplied with most dash cameras, a trim tool, replacement adhesive pads, a microSD USB adapter to allow you to read the microSD card on your computer. This particular one has a 64GB microSD card supplied with it. The wire hangers in the upper center there to help you route the coaxial or USB cables on the window glass in your vehicle. And then with regard to connectivity and power, in the upper right we have the coaxial rear camera cable, which of course you connect the rear camera to the front camera with. To connect the interior camera to the front camera, it's a USB connection, so they provided a USB cable to connect it. If you're just connecting the interior camera to the front camera without the optional CM100 LTE connectivity device, the USB hub is not required for that connection. If you're going to be using both devices at the same time, the interior camera and the CM100 LTE connectivity device, the USB hub is then required to split the one USB port on the front camera into 2. And the Allen wrench provided in the center there is used to lock the cover over the USB hub. And then as far as powering options, we have the 3-wire hardwiring cable in the lower left there, and that allows you to take advantage of native parking mode and battery protection features that are built right into the camera. A cigarette lighter or power port adapter is also provided to power the dash camera. If powered in that manner, the parking mode support is motion-based only. If you wish to have instantaneous parking mode engagement when you turn off the ignition and have it come out of parking mode immediately as soon as you turn on the ignition, make sure you use the 3-wire hardwiring cable. Let's take a quick tour of the various features of the 3 different cameras included in this product. For the front camera, we have the mounting bracket, which the camera can be removed from the mounting bracket by pressing the lock button to release it. There's a security LED on the front of the camera. You can configure the operational mode of that LED in the firmware settings. And for the front camera, the lens, it has a diagonal view range of 139 degrees, a horizontal view range of 116, and vertical view range of 61 degrees. If you find that the front dash camera encounters a large amount of windshield reflections, you can help reduce that by purchasing the separately available CPL filter from BlackVue, and you can see it installed in the camera in this picture. On this side of the front dash camera nearest the lens, we have the proximity sensor. In the firmware settings, by default, it's used to toggle on and off audio recordings by moving your fingers near that proximity sensor. It can be configured to do manual recordings or be configured to do nothing at all. It's also used with the recently added feature for seamless pairing. It is used to make sure that you have access to the dash camera during that pairing process. On the back side of the front camera, we have the various status LEDs, the recording LED, GPS LED, and the multi-purpose Bluetooth Wi-Fi LTE LED. The speaker for the camera is located there, and the unit does have a built-in microphone for audio recording. On the other end of the front camera, we have the micro USB port, which is for connecting the interior camera, or the USB hub if you're connecting the interior camera, and the optional CM100 LTE connectivity device. We have the power connector port and the rear camera connection port, which is for the coaxial cable for the rear camera, and then the Wi-Fi on and off button. And then opening up the cover there, we can see the micro SD card slot. This is the interior camera provided with the 3-channel version of the product. It has 2 infrared LED emitters, so it can record video at night. The illumination sensor is to detect the current ambient light level, so it knows whether to turn on the infrared LEDs to record at night. And the lens has the diagonal view range of 119 degrees, horizontal view range of 98 degrees, and vertical view range of 55 degrees. On this end of the interior camera, we have the micro USB connector port for the USB cable to run between the interior camera and the front camera. Here's a view of the backside of the interior camera. On the left end, you see the security LED, which can be configured to show when the camera is recording in the camera's firmware settings. Here's the front view of the rear camera included with many of the BlackVue X Plus series dash cameras. It's the same image sensor, the Sony Starbus IMX327 as the front camera, except this records at 1080p full high definition at 30 frames per second, and the rear camera lens has the same view range as the front camera lens. On this end of the rear camera, we have the coaxial video cable port. Here's a view of the back side of the rear camera, again with the security LED on the left-hand side. Thanks for checking out this unboxing and feature video for the BlackVue DR750X 3-channel Plus dash camera. I have some additional videos you might want to check out regarding this particular dash camera. I have a video showing various samples from nighttime driving. I have another video showing various samples from daytime driving, comparing it against some other cameras. And I'll have the full technical review video released soon after release of this video. So thanks for coming to the channel and checking out this review series. Look in the video description section for that playlist. Thanks for watching.